Hey all, Tony Bing here. Hello and welcome to my Chaos Unleashed endgame build for Scarlet Witch for Marvel Heroes Omega for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Now, as we all know, Scarlet Witch is the queen of trash cleaning. Now, something she can struggle a bit on is the single target damage. So with this particular build, I still have the trash cleaning aspect, but we have some nice single target damage thrown into it as well. So what I'll do to show off the build is I will showcase the skills and talents. We'll then look at the synergies, the infinity point allocation and where we would place the first 100 points, general gear and priority, and then at the end of the video we have some gameplay with a full bounty clear and we take down a boss at the end as well. Now if you want to jump to any particular section, check out the description, there are timestamps there. Otherwise we'll start off by looking at the skills. Skill wise here then we're using a mix of chaos magic dots, but we also have a few hard hitting skills thrown in there as well to help our boss killing times. Now the main filler I'm using is chaotic hex, which is a simple enough move. When you have max chaos energy it will fire off more bolts doing more damage. The first cooldown skill we use is Beast from Beyond. We use this first because it provides the 20% vulnerability from chaos damage and it works as a dot even though it only shows one initial damage packet there. We then have Chaos Rift, which is really mandatory in any Scarlet Witch build because when you have max chaos energy and you cast this, it has a 100% chance to instantly destroy anything up to an elite. That's the yellow enemies, so it really is pretty amazing. Now next skill we have, this isn't a chaos energy skill but it's fantastic, it's Iron Maiden. So you cast this and it will cast on a group of enemies. When they try and attack you, they will actually take damage. So you can fire this off on a group of mobs, run away, and as they're shooting or trying to attack you, they'll just drop down. It really is great and it hits for a huge amount. I've seen it brute in the region of 300,000 and I don't necessarily have that great gear on Scarlet in the moment either. Now next skill we have, this is another hard hitting one. The damage can be low, it can be high. As you see it ranges from 282 damage all the way up to 55,000, but if you can brute with the 55,000 you're looking at over 300,000. It has a low 4-second cooldown and 3 charges, so the way the rotation works is I'll run through it every 8 seconds and by the time I come back round to this through my talent selection I'll actually have all 3 charges so I can fire them all off one after the other, but we will see that in the gameplay section at the end. Now the final skill I'm using is one that you've actually got a choice of a few. Personally I like Chaos Warp, it does a huge amount of damage, a slow health and hit, I'm invincible while we're channeling it, and also due to our legendary choice the channel time goes up to 4.8 seconds whereas it's normally 4 seconds. Now other options you can use, if you feel you need some extra life and hit, which you shouldn't, when we get to the gearing section I'll explain why, but if you feel you do, you can use Ravenous Binding, or if you're running about Midtown and you've got bosses you want to confuse, you can use Bewildering Hex instead there. So final skill we do look at is Unmake Reality, which is your signature. Simple enough. You want to use this to max your chaos energy and you also want to use the spirit cost reduction affixes to pull the cooldown on it as well. But next up let's have a look at the talents. Talent wise here then we're all using the bottom row for all of them. So the first one we look at is Bad Luck. It gives you a 3% dodge and crit chance, which is pretty nice. More importantly it gives you a bonus 100% damage on the awesome Iron Maiden. We then have Chaos Ascendant. So Chaos Warp gains the following effects. It no longer requires Chaos Overload or spends Chaos Energy, but it gains a huge 200% damage. You've got the channel time on it and you're invulnerable as well, so that works great there. We then have Command Chaos, so when you deal chaos damage, which will be very often, the cooldown of Hex Sphere is reduced by 1 second and that allows us to throw the 3 charges of Hex Sphere into the 8-second rotation we're using, and we also gain 10% chaos damage from it. We then have Reality Breach, so Unmake Reality gains the following effects. The duration of the dot goes up by 3 seconds. And finally, you can really go for any one of these because you've got the health, you've got the protection, or alternatively you've got damage. I prefer the damage because it gives you a boost of 10% to your dots, and we do have a ton of them in this setup here. But that's the talents covered. Let's now have a look at the synergies. Synergy wise then we start off by looking at the primary attributes first, and that's energy and intelligence. So that would be covered by Beast and also Gambit. The more generic synergies are Blade, Hawkeye, Hulk, She-Hulk and Squirrel Girl. And then finally the specific synergies that work great for Scarlet Witch are Doctor Strange, Jean Grey because she's got the ranged, and also Scarlet Witch as well for the 10% 2 dots. That works really nice with her. But next up, let's look at the Infinity Point allocation. Nice simple setup here for the Infinity Points then. It's a Mind Gem and Deep Thought for an additional 250 Chaos Energy, and also the health when you critically hit, and more importantly the cost reduction, which works out as an actual cooldown reduction for your signature. You probably want to put the first 200 points into this as well and get her Chaos Energy all the way up by 500, because it really does help her when she's got the Chaos Energy ticking down. It buffs her skills a huge amount. Next up, let's have a look at the gearing priority. As always then with this gearing section, what I'll do is give some general advice on where I would head with this build gear wise, and that means in future a new gear comes out, you can apply that same advice to help you decide if you want to move about your gear. Now, legendary of choice, which is perfect for her, is the Warlock's Eye. It has the damage rating and crit hit rating to magic powers, which is all of her powers. It has the Chaos Energy, 20% power duration, which increases the duration of her dots as well, which can help smooth out the rotation. And then it has a nice rank 5 proc. We then have the Medallion. Now, this is the medallion that allows us to drop Ravenous Binding, which in turn allows us to pick up another skill, so this is very important. It's the Malekith Medallion, and with this, when you hit with a magic power, you gain 150 health. Now, most sources of actual health generation in the game have a 1 second internal cooldown. This doesn't. This will be for every tick in the enemy, and because you're firing off dots all over the screen, when you use this, you'll be nigh on invulnerable, and this works great on Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange as well, I should add. Now, for the green effects, you probably want to look for Chaos Magic if you can get it, so you can keep the Chaos effect up for longer. This would be the same for the Catalyst. You want to get Chaos Energy on this, and also if you can get one that regenerates Chaos Energy when you use your med kit, that can work out great. Relic is the same. We've got the Chaos Energy again we're going for here with the Relic of Gibberum. Now, for the slots 1 to 5 in the ring, because we have crit hit rating on the legendary, you can go a bit heavier on the brute rating. When it comes to the artifacts, something I don't normally cover, these three are so good that I'm showing them off because I believe they'll be best in slot for a long time. You've got the Mental Focus headband, so it's got 5 intelligence, it's got, let's see, it's 350 damage rating, and it also has the power radius that can go up to 15%, which is great because she has a lot of skills that will work on power radius. You then have the Tomb of Oster, which is a nice easy drop, and you gain 2000 magic damage rating while above 90% max health, and due to our medallion we should have near enough 100% even max health most of the time. We then have the Broken Crown for Locust. This is fantastic as well. It's got intelligence, it's got bonus to magic powers, and it's also got the crit hit and brutal strike rating, so these three artifacts really are fantastic on her. But with the general gearing covered, we've got some gameplay now. We'll run through the Odin's Balance, do a full bounty clear, which will be nice and easy on Scarlet, and take down Curse at the end. And as always, this particular run through isn't to show her off in best in slot gear, because my gear's nice on her, but it's not been finely tuned as much as I would like. This is mainly really just to show off the rotation. But enjoy this gameplay. If there's anything else, any questions or anything, feel free to ask, and I'll see you all again soon.
Have I seen such power? vanquished.